and obviously the Muslim theologians would say that any depiction of the Prophet is tantamount to shirk, it's un-Islamic, and these three people then allegedly took it upon themselves to launch an attack against this newspaper that had produced this cartoon. Now, if one follows the news reports and one follows Facebook, you have a couple of extreme positions that have come out now. There are people that would say that what had happened there was, given that this caricature was portrayed of the Prophet, the attack is justified. The other reaction in the media is that any attempt to kind of be opposed to freedom of expression needs to be condemned, and that these actions of these three people therefore need to be condemned as well. So those are the two polarized positions. Generally speaking, most Muslims have said that what these three people have allegedly done is not anything to do with Islam and it should be condemned. Now, if one looks at the issue of moderation in all things, then this should apply to politics as well. Just who is to be blamed and where should we put the blame. So a number of things become very important in regard to that. The first thing is that this satirical newspaper is well known not just for attacking Islam, but it's also well known for being anti-Semitic. They are known to be homophobic, and they're known for their racism. It's my opinion, of course, that French foreign policy does have a role to play. To me, it doesn't matter whether a woman wears a hijab or not. It's a personal choice. But as soon as it became legislated in law, there was a backlash. In other words, the French state, by imposing the hijab, knew that there would be a backlash. Not just from Muslims who are considered to be extreme, but from ordinary lay Muslims in the street. You know, if a woman chooses to wear hijab, she should have it, right? But the French have made sure that it's banned. All of these people that were fingered in the attack are on the watch list of the French security services. So this wasn't an attack where someone got a gun somewhere and then just went to the newspaper and started shooting randomly. These people used rocket-propelled grenade launchers. That's not the kind of machinery, weaponry that you just get anywhere on the streets. So the question then becomes, where do these people get these weapons if they're on the watch list of the French security services? When it comes to politics, there will be some Muslims that say, no, I'm not very political. Well, that's not being Muslim, because the Prophet was opposed to the Quraysh regime, which meant that he had to go up against it. That was politics. So you can't not have a political position. But we can't go to the extreme where we say that people who depict the Prophet in the form of satire, in the form of cartoon, are now kind of against Islam and therefore should be executed. I mean, the reputation of the Prophet doesn't need anyone to defend the Prophet. You don't need to defend Islam to those people who are not Muslim. Allah knows best at the end of the day. So, quite frankly, the attack itself was un-Islamic, but we need to be very considerate about the fact that there are reasons for this happening. Anti-Islamic opinion is on the rise, not just in France, but in the whole of Europe. All of these governments have significant Muslim minority populations, and all of these countries are now having anti-immigration policies directly targeted against Muslims. So it behoves all of us, whether we are in South Africa, in a very democratic country, to be aware of what is happening in the rest of the world and to be knowledgeable about what is happening in the rest of the world.